Hey guys, it's Anna and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over the other fragrances that I fit into my For Life category. I recently did my top 10 for life and it was truly appalling to choose 10 because I have a good amount that are in said category. And I asked you guys if you'd be interested to see my other For Life fragrances. You said yes, so here we are. I have narrowed it down to complete the top 20. So I'll be going over 10 more today. And I still have a couple more that are fragrances for life, but I refuse. I refuse to name more because I think it's part of the game. It's part of the fun to narrow it down. And you know what? I think it's only natural to have so many For Life fragrances, at least for me, because my criteria for bringing in a perfume bottle is truly extensive. I want to be completely obsessed with it. So I know other people collect fragrances that they love and also ones that they just like, but not me. I really only want loves, and I periodically go through my collection and I will declutter. It is a privilege to be on these shelves. So of course I have a lot that I would repurchase, but I'm being strict with myself and I am not going beyond top 20. So here are the remaining 10. And if you haven't seen my first top 10 for life, I will link it down below. And now, in no particular order, the first one is Fragrance du Bois Minuit et Demi. And this is the cozy, sexy, coffee, spicy, warm fragrance of dreams. This is by far my favorite Fragrance du Bois fragrance. My second favorite being Eau de Jaune Intense. I'm hoping to bring a bottle in at some point, but oh my gosh, it's painfully expensive. I absolutely adore this. This is just like the melting pot of all of the freaking notes that I love. This is done to perfection. Demi knocked it out of the park with this. The coffee is the perfect amount to give you that cozy, comforting, yummy, gourmand coffee experience, but it's not too much. I don't like an overload of coffee. I don't want to smell like straight up dark roast coffee beans. And this has so much character to it. It's incredibly cozy, but also very alluring and sexy. It has notes of caramel and vanilla to sweeten it up, but it's not too sweet by any means. It's spicy with the perfect amount of spice from pimento and cardamom. It has an incredibly smooth, addictive base of tobacco, woods, liquor, cashmere, and oh my gosh, I will literally forever repurchase this. I think it was a brilliant idea to make this permanent within the Fragrance du Bois line. And this is exactly how I like my gourmands done. I love a fragrance with a depth and character. It's sexy, and then it has this gourmand touch, but not so much that it literally smells like food. So it truly just has the perfect balance of everything. One that I cannot shut up about, and I need you guys to try. It's so underrated, but I feel like everyone that smells this fragrance is like, oh shit, that's good. Liis Bo. Oh my gosh. Such a gorgeous, unique, woody vanilla. I'm telling you, you've never smelled anything like it, and yet it is very agreeable, very likable. If you like woody vanillas, I think this is a safe blind buy. I encourage you to sample. I always encourage sampling first because you never know. Because, you know, honestly, sometimes when I'm looking at perfumes, I see the notes. Every single note looks like perfection and a bit of me. I go to sample it, and it's not. So you never know. You never know. But oh my gosh, is this pretty. This has a note of redwood pine, which is very transportive of course, a California sequoia forest. On a warm day, the sun is beaming down and heating up the bark of the trees, and then you have this gorgeous, creamy, fluffy, whipped vanilla. It has a touch of a dry tobacco, so this does not smell smoky at all. It also has incense, but that's like the addictive, kind of like subtly sweet incense. Elemi resin, as if there is this sweet sap coming out of these magical trees. It is incredible. I actually had someone comment letting me know that they love this fragrance and it's their go-to for a meditative, calming scent. Yes, it is very tranquil, very grounding, and I'm gonna need to get a new bottle soon. This dent is appalling. It has become an absolute staple in our house. Another absolute favorite is Skylar's Salt Air, and oh my goodness, this is the perfume of dreams if you are into the minimalistic, clean girl aesthetic. That is just so incredibly gorgeous without trying to do the most. But it's not boring whatsoever. This is like clean, fresh laundry, white linens, it's flowy, and you're wearing this on a bright beach day. And this is not too salty at all, but a little bit of that sprinkled in to give it this little bit of a unique factor. I find that a little bit of salt just really blossoms on the skin, and with this sweet touch, like this little sweet salty concoction is just gorgeous. And it's not listed, but I absolutely get a prominent coconut water note, like super refreshing, chilled. It has a definite clean aquatic vibe. We have water lily and then this very airy vanilla. This is not going to be your edible gourmand vanilla. It's not creamy, super sweet, sugary, anything like that. Driftwood and a clean musk. I am absolutely over the moon that I found this fragrance, since Guerlain's Coconut Fizz is unfortunately, regrettably discontinued, but this vibes with it. It's not a dupe, but there is a vibe, and it's just incredibly effortless and pretty. This could be a signature scent. It's appropriate for all occasions. Stunning. The best straightforward vanilla that I've ever found is Kayali's Vanilla 28. I know, it's incredibly hyped, but it's worth all of it. I'm telling you, I have tried every single straightforward vanilla fragrance that is talked about that I could find. Like, you mention it, more than likely I've tried it, and I find them all incredibly boring. Except for like Spiritueuse Double Vanille by Guerlain. That's another love of mine that was in the other For Life video. Seriously though, like Tihota, Fire at Will, Insulo, I find them all boring. This, in my opinion, is a straightforward vanilla fragrance done right. So right. I am not left bored in the slightest, because this has a real richness and depth to it, and that really comes out more the deeper the juice gets. So if you are first getting your Vanilla 28 and it's a lighter juice, get ready, because it's going to get more boozy, more woody, and the lasting power significantly improves as it gets darker as well. This is a delectable brown sugar vanilla, caramelized toasted brown sugar with the added depth of this booziness and amber wood, a touch of patchouli. That's not too much at all, but like all of these notes support it and make it into the iconic fragrance that is Vanilla 28. I'm absolutely addicted to this. It's like clockwork. When I wear this, I'm guaranteed a compliment. I've mentioned this a couple of times, but I actually gifted this to my sister. She gets people texting her, chasing her, asking her, what perfume are you wearing? You smell incredible. So yummy on its own, and a staple as a layering perfume if you are into layering your fragrances. Seriously, anything with like an added vanilla, amazing. Chef's kiss. Next up, we have Jazz Club. Maison Margiela's Replica Jazz Club. My favorite within the Replica line, my number 2 being Coffee Break. Does this ever set the scene? I'm wildly impressed with the way Maison Margiela can replicate moments and places in time. It truly does. smell like a jazz club. A rustic, wooden, dimly lit jazz club. Sultry, romantic music is playing. People are drinking fancy rum, and they're cigars. They're not lit. I want to say this is not a smoky fragrance, because that can sometimes be overwhelming when you have a big smoky presence in a fragrance. This is dry tobacco. We have vetiver, some fresh spiciness from pink pepper, and this has a very prominent waxy balmy feel to the fragrance as well from the styrax, and a little bit of vanilla to sweeten it up, round out the edges, and bring it all together. It is such a mood, and it feels like me in a bottle. I feel very confident when I wear Jazz Club. It's an androgynous fragrance for sure. It's unisex, leaning masculine, but ladies, you can wear this. This is, oh my gosh. And if you felt like maybe it was a little masculine for your taste, but you do like the scent profile, girl, layer it with a vanilla. Amp that quality up a bit more, if you so please. And the replica line is known for not having good performance, but I get really good performance actually out of Jazz Club in particular. Jazz Club and By the Fireplace are the best performers out of replica, but I'm not a fan of By the Fireplace. It smells like a candle to me. This smells so good. It smells dressed up, wearing all black, just sexy. Sexy and confident, main character energy. My baby, Diptyque Eau Duelle. It is truly shocking to me that the first time I smelled this years ago, it was too green for me, and I was like, absolutely not. I don't understand how people rave about this. Like, what the freaking heck? And it is by far one of my most beloved fragrances now. It truly shocks me. I don't find this too green whatsoever for me now. If you are very picky about having any sort of green note in fragrances, then this isn't gonna be for you. It is so fresh and transportive, natural smelling, incredibly well done. It literally smells like you are in a juniper forest, and you get this beautiful vanilla. And it's not too vanilla in your face. It's not too sweet in the slightest. It's not sugary. It just brings it all together and really adds that addictive quality. It's very aromatic. We get fresh spiciness from cardamom, pink pepper. It's resinous and woody. It has an herbal touch from the black tea. Eau Duelle is the epitome of a cool girl perfume. This is like one of the first things that pops in my head when I think of that kind of scent category. Also, Jazz Club perfectly fits in that. So lovely. And this is maybe gonna sound kind of ridiculous, but when I was a kid, I would watch the Tinkerbell movies. And you know how, oh my gosh, I feel like this is gonna get lost on some of you, but do you know how some of the fairies, they're like categorized? There are animal fairies, nature fairies, tinker fairies. They have different jobs. Anyway, I feel like Eau Duelle would be the signature scent of a tinker fairy because it has this earthiness, but it smells so magical and pretty. Very unique, and I think a lot of fragrances have been inspired by the success of this DNA. If you want an edgy vanilla, a vanilla that is not just giving vanilla, this is the one to check out. The way I have been truly enamored by Carolina Herrera's Amethyst Haze is unreal. Like, oh my gosh, when I say I fell in love hard. I was dreaming about owning this fragrance for about a year, that it was sitting on my wish list. This is one of those perfumes that you cannot get out of your head. If you like lavender vanillas, say no more. Say no more. This is going to be the fragrance of your dreams, because this is by far the best lavender vanilla fragrance I have ever smelled, and it is criminally underrated. But I'm happy to be the one to introduce you to it. Actual literal definition of a cozy fall fragrance. Like nothing else fits the vibe quite like Amethyst Haze does, okay? in the opening, you are going to get that lavender the most. And as it dries down, those other notes come to play more evenly. We get a cozy, fresh spiciness, cardamom, pink pepper, a coffee note that is not in your face screaming coffee, but it's giving you those vanilla lavender latte vibes. A cashmere wood in the base that's grounding, it's smooth, it's comforting. This is so wildly addicting. I cannot get enough of myself. When I spray this on, I'm continuously thinking to myself, well, damn, I smell good. It has truly blown my mind, and you are going to have to rip this out of my hands to get me to wear another perfume this fall because I could very, very easily just wear this every dang day in the cooler months. This could be your quintessential fall day where all the trees are red, orange, yellow, or like a light snow is falling and you're inside wrapped up in these super chunky blankets. You're wearing your cute sweater, drinking your lavender vanilla latte at home by the fire, watching Netflix. Candles are lit. It is the epitome of a mood. And if you love Replica's Coffee Break, you will love Amethyst Haze. Oh yes. They're in the same scent family, but Amethyst Haze is giving more. It's giving more character, more of a wow factor. Another favorite vanilla, Micallef's Notte Vanille. Oh my gosh, the day I found out that this was not getting discontinued, they were just putting it in new packaging, I could cry. I was overjoyed because it's truly one of the best vanillas I've ever smelled in my life. And I was like, how Micallef could you discontinue this? Because it's one of the best things you ever put out there. Truly, top winners from Micallef are this and Ylang Gold. Masterpieces, in my opinion. This is the answer for those of you who want a boozy vanilla that don't want too much of the booze, but you want that very intriguing, warm, sexy factor. A very natural smelling, kind of like vanilla extract oil vibe to it. Very ambery, but not heavy and intense. It smells incredibly luxurious, a gorgeous, smooth sandalwood. I love the opening. You're gonna get this blast of fresh, realistic citrus. We're not getting lemon cleaner. And I will note that I don't get the floral notes at all, okay? This is predominantly a vanilla perfume with these added addictive qualities. I'm actually wearing this one today. And again, another one of my most complimented perfumes. This remains a favorite amongst the people that smell me. And like Kayali's Vanilla 28, the performance does get better as your juice ages, that vanilla gets richer. When I first got this, I would experience moderate performance, and now this lasts the majority of the day for me. Next up, a very special one, Rosendo Mateu's number 5. This is a saffron bomb. So you have to be into saffron, but if you love saffron, oh my goodness, honey, you will love this. This is like, this and Baccarat Rouge 540 are like the queens of saffron. By the way, this does not smell like Baccarat Rouge 540, but it has this incredible, airy, lasting power. It's insane. I'm not kidding. All I have to do is take the cap off once, put the cap back on, and I can smell this fragrance for like a half hour in this room. It's insane to me, and it like sticks in my nose when I smell this. This is the beast of beast mode fragrances, and yet this is not a heavy, overbearing scent. It is incredibly whimsical and airy. It's like a freaking cloud of this scent that will just trail along wherever you go, fill up any rooms nearby, the whole freaking space, the whole town. And it's so dang addictive. There's like this fluffy, light vanilla that's not overwhelming, but it sweetens this up. It's so exotic and intoxicating, unique. A translucent amber, like as if it was a white, very clean amber, a very, as it says, sensual musk. I just feel freaking sexy when I wear this. I feel confident, bold, and incredibly sexy. It's gorgeous on its own, and this can be like an amplifier to any perfume too. This would layer beautifully with so many different scent profiles. And then it lists floral notes, which this does not smell floral to me. Something incredibly light and airy, sure, but I could not tell you what this smells like. This is not just like flowers to my nose. This, I feel like, is what a unicorn would smell like. No joke, like a black unicorn, because it has this definite, exotic, intriguing, unique quality to it. This is not your, you know, basic white unicorn, okay? It is mystical, it is magical, and it also delivers a bold confidence. It's like a freaking creature out of Harry Potter, I swear. A hippogriff. It's not a unicorn, but you know. And lastly, a gourmand of my dreams that I didn't even know I needed in my life until I smelled it, and my mind was just absolutely blown. And I have a wish list where I like to kind of eventually make my way through the fragrances so that nothing is sitting on there too painfully long. But when I smelled EBK's Deep in Desire Yacht, I literally messaged them immediately because I had to have it. This is the best blueberry perfume I have ever smelled in my life. It is insane. It smells like a blueberry muffin turned luxury fragrance, okay? This does not smell too bready. It has a real, very expensive quality to it. It's so addicting, so unique. It is bursting with that blueberry juicy flavor, sugared with like big chunks of granulated sugar on top. We have just a hint of dark chocolate, very subtle, and just a little bit of tea to give it a little bit of edge. And in the dry down, we have a touch of cedar wood. The hazelnut isn't too loud either, so if you're not into nutty perfumes like me, trust me, I freaking hate nutty perfumes. That's not something to be wary of in this scent. Honestly, the notes are perfectly blended, like the perfect amount of every single ingredient. And this is one of my most powerful, long-lasting perfumes. This has such a presence. If you are into your sweet gourmands that are not too sweet, I am telling you, this is one of the best things I've ever smelled. By far one of the best fruity perfumes as well. Oh my gosh, it's like fitting the best in so many different categories for me. It is so fun and creative, mouth-watering, intriguing. This would be a killer of a date fragrance because your date is not going to know what to do with themselves. Truly, it feels like I discovered Narnia when I smelled this for the first time because I had no idea that a perfume could smell like this and be this good. And if you're interested in EBK fragrances, they are a very exclusive house. So if you're interested on more information on how to purchase, I will leave that down in the description box below. So that wraps up, including my top 10 for life, my top 20 fragrances for life. These are truly my obsession, like the best of the best in my collection. Thank you guys so much for your support. I'm so glad you have enjoyed these videos. If you have, give this video a thumbs up. It helps me out so much. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe down below. If you want to see me in any more videos, I'd appreciate it so, so much. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!